Hello, this is the luckiest maths teacher in the world. Thank you so much for tuning into this video in which we will solve logarithmic equations. You've probably guessed a logarithmic equation is an equation involving logs. It turns out that to solve these equations, we'll need to make use of the log laws. So let's solve both of these equations for x. So starting with this one here, you can see that we have x, the unknown, the thing we're trying to find, is in more than one spot. So we must first make it so that x is only in one spot. To do this, we're going to simplify this expression, and that requires log laws. So there's two ways you can simplify this expression. Firstly, you can use the rule for subtracting logs, or secondly, you can use the rule of second powers, because this is ln log base e, x is a power, 2 is a second power, so we can just move the power to the front. So let's go ahead and do that. So just leaving the 3 log base e of x alone for the starters, I can move this power 2 to the front and just make this 2 log base e of x. So now what I have is 3 of something minus 2 of something just gives me 1 of something. So this equation simply becomes log base e of x equals 2. So the way I undo taking the log is by raising to a power. Because this is base e, when I raise to the power, e will be the base. X will just be e to the power of 2. So, of course, if this was like log base 5 of x, it would be 5 to the power of 2. So the answer I get, e squared, is the exact solution. If I put it on my calculator, I get about 7.4, which is the rounded solution. We can't always expect a nice whole number answer. E squared is irrational. So let's have a look at how I would do this if I use the other index law I mentioned. So what I would have to do is I'd have to write 3 ln x as ln of x cubed. That's like the opposite of the power rule we learned. So I've got ln x cubed minus ln x squared equals 2. Now to combine these two into one log, you know that I keep the log and base the same and I just divide what's in the brackets, x cubed over x squared. Of course, you know that x cubed over x squared is just x. So I get ln x equals 2, and I get the same solution, x equals e squared. So either way you want to do this is fine. All right, let's look at this example here. This one's a bit tricky because I have these 2 here. A lot of people would look at this and just say, okay, I'm just going to subtract 2 from both sides, but that actually wouldn't help us. What we want to do is we want to make this into a log as well, then I can use my log laws. So how are we going to do that? How are we going to write 2 as log base 3 of something? Well, you know the definition of a log. I'm saying this number that goes in here would just be 3 to the power of 2, which is 9. So I can rewrite this as log base 3 of 9. So now what I want to do is exactly what I did up here. I need to simplify this into one log. Well, you know when I add logs, I keep the log and base the same and I just multiply what's in the brackets. So now I have an expression that I can easily reduce to a linear equation. You see, I have log base 3 of something equals log base 3 of something. The only way that's possible is if the two somethings are themselves equal. In other words, I'm crossing out log base 3 on both sides. Technically, what I'm doing is I'm raising 3 to the power of this and 3 to the power of this, because raising 3 to the power of this undoes taking log base 3. So now I'm just left with a simple linear equation. As I said, I get x plus 6 equals 9 of x minus 2. So 9 times x, 9 times minus 2. And I'm sure you know how to solve here. What we're going to do is add 18 to both sides, subtract x. I get 8x equals 24, and x is equal to 3. All right, now we know how to solve logarithmic equations. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. This has been the luckiest maths teacher in the world. Have a great day.